We understand that there's no ideal time for a rate adjustment. We know that the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic have left some of our customers experiencing economic challenges. We've done what we can to delay applying and have proposed a rate design that minimizes the impact to customers' bills to the extent possible. Our application has proposed that increases should be no more than $6 for those customers using less than 150 kilowatt hours in a month. These customers account for 35% of the domestic service tariff group and capture a majority of our lower income customers. The typical rate increase resulting from the proposed rates is estimated to range from between 5% and 20%, depending on the tariff on which customers receive their service. I know that's a wide range, and so at this point I would want to share some specifics with you, and I'll ask Angela to pull a slide up that we will walk through. But before she does that, I just want to point out that our rate application, the details of it have not yet been made publicly available, and will only be issued publicly after the Fair Trading Commission is satisfied that the statutory requirements that govern our submission are met. So the contents of the table that that Angela's about to pull up are proposed by Light and Power, but still need to be reviewed and examined by the FTC against the evidence that we will provide to support our rate application. What this means is that the contents of the table may change if the FTC deems a rate adjustment for Light and Power warranted, and at that stage, the final bill impacts to customers will be set down by the FTC and in its final determination and order on the matter. So Angela, if you could pull up for me the table. So what you're seeing on the screen here are our customer classes as they exist today. And you'll see for the various classes what the increases will be for typical uses. So that first one I would have mentioned before, this is for a customer using 250 kilowatt hours a month, and the increase is around 8%. For a general service customer, similarly around 7%. The next three rows are large power, secondary voltage, and time of use. These are large, tend to be commercial operations, and typically with bills in the order of $30,000 a month or more. And as you can see here, their increases will range from between $3,000 and $4,400 roughly on a monthly basis. And street lights, in fact, is one category that does go down, and that decline in the street lights is attributed to the new energy efficient LED lights that have been deployed. So what I'd want to add here is that, as I mentioned earlier, with the clean energy bridge that is going to be commissioned shortly, we estimate that there's going to be a reduction in fuel costs of around 10%, which of course is reflected in the fuel clause adjustment. And so when that plant is in service, that is expected to substantially mitigate the impact of the increases that you're seeing in the table there. In fact, the range of 5 to 20 drops to somewhere in the order of 2 to 14% when you take into consideration the fuel savings that will be realized once the Clean Energy Bridge is commissioned in a few weeks. While the cost of living in Barbados has risen almost 40% since our last rate increase, Light and Power has invested in efficiencies and managed costs such that we are able to limit the overall average increase being sought in this rate filing to around 11.9%, which is substantially lower than the increase experienced by our customers for other goods and services in the country. We are keen in the coming weeks to work with the FTC and key stakeholders, including you, the media, to help everyone better understand the details of our application. At this time, I want to thank you again for your time and attention, and we now welcome your questions. Thank you.